Good evening, everybody. Yes, you are, Julie, apart from me. Hi, Denise. Let's just make sure I'm live on both places. I'm just doing a quick refresh of my screen. I am. Here we go. Here we go. This is a good one tonight. I think you're going to like this. So I'm just getting my screens ready. I'm just going to move that across so it makes it easier for me. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, everybody. Right, come on, let's get everybody logged on. Hi, Lucianne. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Edith. So I'm just speaking to people on. Hi, Jean. Hi, Diane. Hi, Michelle. Right, so everybody's starting to get logged in now. I'm going to hang on 2 minutes as usual until everybody is here. It's a cracking one tonight, everybody. Hi, Claire. Hi, Wendy. So I'm speaking to people on both places. Hi, Beth. Hi, Emma. Hi, Edith. Hi, Sandy. Sandy, thank you so much for my cloth. I've brought it home with me. I collected it today while I was in Sheffield. Oh, thank you, Pat. Pat's saying happy birthday for the other day. Right, so let's hang fire. Hi, Susan. Hi, Pam. So just hang on 2 minutes. This is the pile of stuff I'm using tonight. It's a cracking pile of products. But what I want to do tonight, just while everybody's getting getting logged in, I wanted to do this canvas board from scratch. So it's going to be interesting to see if things dry in time. But I wanted to do it from scratch. So you if you've never done one before, it's a bit less intimidating when you have a go yourself. And I can't tell you how easy it is. It's basically just like doing one of my cars with everything thrown on it. And it's all about how you lay it out, what products you use. Thank you, Sandy. Hi, Lee. Hi, Elaine. I did have a good birthday. Thank you, Pat. Obviously, I was working, but I did go out for lunch. Bev's ready. So everybody's starting to get logged in now. Hi, Christine. I can see I've got people across both places. So we've got some people on Facebook and some people on YouTube, which is absolutely fine. That's how it should be. And that's the whole point of being able to stream onto 2 places in one time. I think it's a cracking idea. So here we go. Everybody's getting ready. I'm just going to hang fire because people are still logging in. YouTube is telling me that 17 people are waiting to get on. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I've never noticed that before, but it's telling me, 26 people now are waiting to get on YouTube, but I don't know what that means. Does anybody know? Denise is just saying on YouTube, we don't throw things at it, we carefully place them, which I think is probably true. Oh, thank you, Joan. Joan's saying happy birthday for the other day. I did have a lovely day, thank you. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Alice, darling, are you alright? Hi, Jean. Chris is in hospital. Hi, Caroli. Hi, Michelle. Oh, I didn't know, Jean. Oh, bless her. Well, if you speak to her, tell her I'm asking for her. Hi, Celia from Bolton. Right, so I'm going to get started because we've got ever such a lot to do tonight. So I'm going to do my usual thing and I'm going to run through everything that I'm using tonight, which is a lot. But I'm going to hopefully teach you a few things as well that you've maybe not had a go at before. Well, you might have, but you might not do it the way I do it. So I'm literally going to do this canvas board from scratch. So I'm going to show you the canvas board. So I think on my description I put that it was an A5 one and it was too late for me to change it. It's actually an A4 canvas panel. And these are from Indigo Blue. They are on the website. If I run out of stock, you can get them from K & Alfie at Indigo Blue. And they're literally, I mean, look how much these are. £2. £2 for a primed canvas panel. I just think that's cracking. And you can see this is still in its protective wrapper. So I'm literally going to open this with you and do it all from scratch. And these are flat. So these are just like a heavy board with canvas on the front. So if you've not done one before, this is probably less daunting than trying to do an actual stretched canvas. So if you're going to have a go, I would recommend you just treat yourself to one of these. As usual, I'm just making some space for myself. As always, I have popped links into the description to get you to the website quicker. Hi Di. Hi Helen. So I have popped links in the description, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're watching on YouTube. You should have links that take you directly to the products on my website. It just makes it a little bit easy for you. And what that means is you can pop things in your shopping basket whilst I'm working, when I'm doing boring bits. So canvas panel I've gone through. I'm using the heart. You can see where I've robbed this from. I've helped myself to the shop. So I'm using the Hearty air dry clay for my moulds. I have already done my moulds ahead of time. I did them while I was in my workshop today in Sheffield, but I am going to do a couple and just show you. Tried lots of different brands of air dry clay. Hearty is still my favourite. This is a brand new pack, so I'm going to do that and show you as we go. Where do I start? I'll start with the moulds. So I haven't actually used that one, but I wanted to show it you. So these fabulous moulds are from the girls at Pink Ink. So Kathy and Mel at Pink Ink did these silicone moulds, and I'm going to say they're just as good a quality as Zori. And anybody that knows me knows that I absolutely love moulds. So I just collect them. I collect moulds constantly. So I have used this. Look at this beautiful butterfly one. These are on my website, but we have limited stock. So if you're going to treat yourself to a mould, yeah, don't take too long about it, because they won't last long. So this particular mould has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 butterflies. It has this lovely little flower there, and it's got 2 teeny, they're actually ladybirds. You can just see the spots in the ladybird on the one on the right of the screen. So two little ladybirds and lots of butterflies. I'll do this one and show you. So I'll leave that one to one side, and I'll do one of those to show you. I'm also using this fabulous fairy, and I can't remember what these are called. Let me just have a look. So oh, here it is. So the fairy one is called the Dancer. And I'm just going to show you the picture on the back of their packaging. How absolutely stunning is that beautiful, beautiful image? How beautiful is that? It's gorgeous. And I haven't got the packet for the butterflies one, so I've used this one already. I've got lots to show you, and I wanted to show you this one because if you like bees or honeycomb or anything like that, this mould is fantastic. So you've got this beautiful, beautiful honeybee with all that lovely detail. You can actually see the detail if I bring that in close. And you've got different textures in some of the honeycombs. And then you've got a couple of extra wings, and you've got that fabulous crown. And let me show you this. How stunning is that mould? It's just incredible. It's incredible. So I'm not using that one tonight, but I wanted to show it you. I have used these 2 moulds from Zori already, and I'll leave one out and show you. I'll do one to show you. So these are again on the website. I haven't put the links to the Zori moulds on my website, but they are there. We've only got a little bit of stock of all of the Zori moulds that we've got. So I'll leave one out. I'll leave that one out, and I'll put that one to that side. Lots to show you. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm just going to flick to Facebook. Whose birthday? It's clay on your website. It is Ilona. It's under moulds and clay. There should be a link in the description for the YouTube live. I've put a link in the description to all the main products that I'm using tonight. Oh, happy birthday, Di. Oh, I could have sent you a card. Hi Brenda, hi to everybody I've not spoken to already. I'm just flicking between two places. So let's get back. So I'm also going to use, and I genuinely don't know if we've got any of this left, but this is my industrial blueprint greyboard, and I'm literally going to be using the lines in here. So I'll keep that to one side because I am going to be using it. I'm just making some space because I'm running out of space. I'm also going to use, and I've not used this since we launched these stamps, so I can't wait. So this is the wood grain stamp from the Wood Grain Botanicals, and apologies everybody, I forgot to put the link in for the wood grain stamps. So Bev might do it for me as we're going along. So the Wood Grain Botanicals, and that is a wood grain. I am using that tonight. I'm also using the Ticket Tape-tastic Motivationals, because this has just got some lovely sentiments in here, like make today amazing, live the dream, think happy, be happy, etc, etc. So I'll keep that to one side. I'm not using much tonight, everybody. I'm using the mesh dye from the Textures. So that's the mesh. I don't need that, so I can put that to one side. I'll go through the dyes while I'm here. I'm using the Succulent Foliage, which you know is one of my favourites. Succulent Foliage. I'm using the Floaty Fronds. I'm using the 2 flower dyes tonight. So I'm using Shabby Blooms and I'm using Shabby Starflowers together. And I'm also using the Fabulous Fauna Flourish dye. Not much, not much. We're getting there. We're nearly done. It's just handy for you if I do this. If I go through everything that I'm using, it just gives you a little heads up. And I've not decided which one of these I'm going to use yet. So these are All and Create A4 stencils. And because they're A4, they're just perfect for the A4 canvas panels, because you can do the texture exactly where you want it all in one go. And there's quite a few. There's the stars, what's that one called? Diamonds. We've got the semicircles, we've got squares, we've got triangles, and we've got totally dotty, they've called it, but it's circles. I think I might use the circle one. Or shall I use the diamond? Oh, choices. I'm going to keep the circle one. No, I'm not. I've changed my mind. I'm going to go for the... Oh, come on, Phil. I'm going to go for the half moon ones, semicircles. So I'm going to put the semicircle one to one side because that's the one I am going to use. And then I'm also going to be using the Lustre powders. But I haven't chosen the colours yet because I'm going to do that live with you. Yeah. So I'm going to use the Lustre powders. There's so many beautiful colours, as you know. I've just got to choose which ones I'm using. And I'm also going to be using the metallic paints. So I know already which colours I think. But I'm going to pop these to one side and we're going to get started. Pop them there. Pop them there. Pop them there. And you know, now I've started you on this journey. I've started you on this journey with the chalk paste. I've chosen this one here, which is called Desert Rose. And this one here is called Water... Oops. This one here is called Water Drops. Aren't they just beautiful together? So I'm using those two. And I've also chosen Speckled Egg and Spun Sugar. I'm only going to use one of these. And I suspect it will be the Speckled Egg. So I'm going to pop that to one side because I don't want to use that. I'm going to use the Speckled Egg. I won't go through everything else. I'll just do it as I'm going along. I'm just going to flick to Facebook, everybody. Sounds messy. It's not messy. I've already on that, Emma. I've already done six new texture dyes. They're not ready yet. how you do a bit of shopping while Karen is on holiday. Hi Janice, not to worry. I've literally just gone through everything that I'm using tonight, but you can watch it. You can, hi Linda, you can watch it again after the video's finished. So let's make a start. So I'm going to start by unwrapping the, I'm also using a brown VersaFine Clay for the sentiment. I don't know which one yet. So I'm going to unwrap this canvas board, which is exactly what you would do if you were at home with it. So just taking the cellophane off, and we are good to go. So these canvas boards are already pre-primed. So I don't need to gesso this again because it's already been gessoed. Oh, thanks Bev. I've got one more thing to show you. That is very, very exciting. I really wouldn't know where to start, Doreen's saying on YouTube, and that's why I'm doing this from scratch. The best way for me to teach you is to do this from the beginning. So I've literally, you've just watched me unwrap. I've got one more thing to show you, everybody. Now stand by your beds, because there is literally, Phill, there are only coloured clays on your website. Let me just have a look, Ilona. Just bear with me 1 second, everybody. I'm just having a look at this for Ilona. Just bear with me 1 second. I'll let you look at these lovely colours while I'm just doing this. Moulds and air dry clay. Hearty air dry clay. Oh, hang on 1 minute, Ilona. Bear with me 1 minute. Everybody, I'm sorry everybody, just bear with me 1 second. I'm just fixing something because the hearty clay is not showing as in stock, but I know it is because we've got a big delivery coming tomorrow, I think. There we go. Right, I'm back. Right, Ilona, just wait 5 minutes. I've just put it back in. So you've just got to wait 5 minutes for it to refresh. So the hearty air dry clay will be back in stock on the website in about 5 minutes. And I've got one more thing to show you all, which is really, really exciting. And you've got Bev Dale to thank for this, because this is Bev's product. So we have now put Bev's Glitterverse stamp, Bev's Glitterverse that she's written herself, into a stamp for you all. And this is a limited edition. The stock is arriving tomorrow, and once it's gone, it has gone. So I'm just going to read this to you. So look, written by Bev Dale. She's got her own colour packaging, which is this lovely purple shade, and this is Bev's Glitterverse. So I'm gonna let you read it. Look, I'll show you the stamp. So you've got glitter, glitter everywhere, up my nose and in my hair, on my chair and carpet too. You may ask, what can I do? Carry on, you'll hear me cry. I shall glitter till I die. It's absolutely fabulous. Oh, my screen's just gone funny on YouTube. Just give it a second, everybody. It will come back to normal. There we go. So you've got beautiful font. You've got glitter all around, little glitter flecks. And it's got little hearts in the glitter as well. And then you've got 2 sentiments, and you've got an extra little glitter texture there. It's on the website. Bev, pop a link on Bev on Facebook and on YouTube for people to go and get this. I cannot tell you quick enough. Once it's gone, it has gone. It's so limited edition, you wouldn't believe it. So get the links on Bev while I'm working. It's fabulous. It's one of those verses that you know you can use with a bit of sense of humour. So get it quick. Right, here we go. Let me get a drink. Bev, poor Bev, has been nagging me for that for ages. And we've done it. We've done it. So get Bev's Glitterverse before it has gone. Yeah, the White Hearted Clay is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. We're going to be painting it tonight. Hi Vera, hi to everybody I've not spoken to already. I am flicking between Facebook and YouTube. Right, so we're going to start with this panel from scratch. Here we go. It is a lovely verse, it's fabulous. So what we're going to do is the paste first. So I'm going to get this lovely semicircle stencil. The All and Create stencils are on the website, and I have put a link on there to take you to them. The A4 ones are really, really useful. Sadly, they don't go edge to edge, but they are good enough. So, top tip for you everybody. I already know what layout I want with this project. So I'm literally going to have all my embellishments around here. So the top and the bottom, you're not going to see a lot of. It's going to be relatively plain. So I know that my texture needs to come down here. And I need to have a bit there and a bit along the bottom. I might have a bit in this corner. And I'm going to use these beautiful new pastes. I shall start with... I'm going to start with water drops. So I'm not going to gesso this again because I'm going to gesso it afterwards. Look at that colour. Oh, that is just so beautiful. That is just so beautiful. And I'm using I'm just going to see if I've got a smaller one. Just bear with me. I have. It's a bit dirty. I'll use the big one because my little one my little one is a bit loved. So these are fabulous little tools if you're somebody who likes to do stenciling. And these are Finnabair, who I absolutely love Finn. And it's a silicone, let me just come back a bit, there you go. It's a silicone brush, so it makes stenciling on large areas quite easy. I'm just going to get some kitchen roll to go under here. It's second-hand kitchen roll, or recycled, it's what I used last week. So I'm going to have my little semicircles coming off the edge of the page. So I'm just coming off the edge of the canvas board. And I'm going to overlap these colours. Just get that in the right place. Here we go. And I'm just going to take the paste from the top of this lid. So I'm not wasting any of the product. And I'm just going to spatula that through. Remember, this is just a background, so don't be scared when you're doing backgrounds, because you know if you don't like it when you're finished, you can paint over it. So I'm not trying to be neat with it. It's just texture. It's literally just texture. The other good thing about these lovely little spatulas is they're so flexible, you can't really go wrong with it. Come on, Phil. Catch the paste, Phil. I'll have a little bit there. You can see I'm not being neat with it. And then before I move on, because I want some down this edge as well, but before I do that, I'm going to get the other colour. So the Desert Rose, and the Desert Rose is like a dusky, like a minky pink, like a beigey pink. There we go. And I'm going to have to use my other one for this, so I don't waste. You can overlap them, which is what I'm going to do. just overlapping a little bit. Colours are beautiful. This is already starting to dry a little bit. I suspect it's because I've got the fan on. I can't see what you're saying to me just yet, but I will look when I've done this. So I'm just going to show you this. I'm just going to bring this in so you can see how rough I've left this look. Can you see that where I've left bumps and I've not made it super smooth, and that's on purpose. So that will do for that for now. Favourite colour? Took a lot of nagging, it did. Water Drops is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful colour. And in fact, oh, I can't reach it. Oh, I can't reach it. If I have time at the end, I'll show you. There's another colour that's nice with it. So I'm just going to move this along now. So I'm going to lift that off. I'm going to move that along because I want some bits off the edge. I'm just using what's already on there. And I'll do the same with the other colour. Oops. And then I just need to do a little bit along the bottom. Just moving that up a bit. Moving myself back. So let's just have a little bit there. Remember, this is going to be softer when I've finished because it's going to have gesso on it. Thought too much, Phil. That's fine. That's fine. You know, I always say this to you. Trust the process. Trust the process. I'm just going to pop that on there for a second. I'll wipe up the mess. My dog is totally engrossed in watching. That's fabulous. So I'm just wiping off the excess from that stencil. Remember, it's a water-based product, so it's not going to stain anything. Okay, so now I'm going to do one more thing to this. So here, look, I'm going to scrape off the edges with my finger, and I'm just going to put some paste just in the corners. You don't have to do this with your finger. I'm literally just adding a little bit of texture to the corners. I can't put it on too thick because this needs to dry tonight, or dry quickly, because we're going to be misting this in a second. So this is a little tip for you. I like to do the corners. So when we gesso this in a bit, it gives you a lovely soft white texture. I'm just trying not to put it on too thick. I would normally make it thicker than that, but if I leave it too thick, it won't dry enough. I'm just going to stick my finger in the rose. Now you know it's a water-based product if I'm sticking my finger in it. Because I wouldn't be doing that if it didn't wash off my fingers easily. I'm just going to do that bottom corner. And I'm going to show you these colours close up because the paste is actually starting to dry where I've done the stencil. Right, let me just clean my fingers and clean my tools. The other good thing about this as well is if you contaminate your pots, it doesn't stain the rest of them. Right. Get in there. Look at that, things you never thought you'd see live. Yeah, without gloves. No gloves, but look how easy it comes off. And I'm going to bring that in and show you how that looks. Once I've cleaned my tools. I hope you've all been to get Bev's verse while I'm cleaning. She's had it for about a week and been desperate to show you. Right, so they will stay there for now. Just going to clean my mess up. Clean as you go. It's much easier. There we go. Cooking on gas. So I'm putting the lids on these. It's worth mentioning to you as well that because these are chalk paste, don't leave the air get into them for too long, because it will start to dry. The water content will start to evaporate. So I'm going to bring that in and show you. Look. Hopefully, look at that. Look. Oh, it's a fab stencil. So this is literally just background texture. So I'm going to pop that to one side, and the longer I can leave that, the better. And we're going to come to the air dry clay while we're waiting. I have already got my moulds done. I did them when I was in the workshop in Sheffield today. Good job you're sitting down, I know. Just ordered the it is brilliant. Do you have the stencils are in the shop, Alice? Yeah, they're on the website and they're in the shop. So I'm relatively clean. So here we go. We're going to do this fabulous mould from Pink Ink, and I will do. I'll do a couple of butterflies because I want a couple more smaller ones. So I'll do this one, and I'll do that one. I'll do a couple. So, brand new pack of Hearty air dry clay. Is it showing us in stock yet, Ilona? It should be. Can't tell you how fabulous this stuff is. So once you've opened it, when you've finished with it, you need to seal it as much as you can. I usually put a couple of elastic bands around it, and then I keep it in one of these Where is it? And then I keep it in one of these little sandwich bags. Yeah, so it stops the air getting to it. So everybody tells you you need corn flour. You can do it with talcum powder. For some reason I picked baking powder up instead of corn flour, but it works just the same. Where's my little brushes? So it is worth having a set of these little brushes. I don't know whether we've got any, but I know we've got them in the shop, but I don't know whether we've got them on the website. I don't know what they would come under. And I'm going to dust this. I'm going to dust this mould. You can see that I've not even cleaned it in between using it. I tend to just leave it until it gets filthy. And then you can just wash it in the sink because it's silicone based. So you can just wash it with hot water and hot soapy water. And all the time that we're doing this, the clay is drying. So I'm going to do... I'm going to do a couple of butterflies first. So I forgot which ones I said, but it won't matter. So I know I want that one. So I'm literally just dusting inside it just to make sure there's no damp bits. If you've got any damp parts in the mould, they're the bits that tend to stick. So Catherine obviously is amazing with the moulds, and she will tell you that you should take some out because this is why I prefer the Hearty. The Hearty is quite damp, so Catherine will tell you to flatten it out, and I agree with her. Flatten it out and just let the air get to it for a second while you're doing your dusting. Just let it dry off a little bit. Which one did I say? This one, that one, and that one. I'll do these three and show you. These moulds are fabulous. If you've never had a go at air dry clay and moulds, Helen and I were talking about this in class today because she said, oh, I don't want to start collecting something else. But in actual fact, if you are going to start with it, if you are going to use moulds, if you are going to use moulds, buy ones that you know you're going to use a lot. So butterflies you can't go wrong with. Cogs and gears you can't go wrong with because you know you're going to use them. So I've dusted them with the what do you call it, baking powder. I'll just do this one as well, and then I can put the powder to one side. So I'll just do this one as well. I have already got mine done. But I can show you how easy it is to do. I love moulds, absolutely love them. And I love what they bring to us as card makers. You don't have to be a mixed media. You don't have to be into mixed media or anything like that to use moulds. They work just as perfectly on our cards. And because they are lightweight, embellishments, they don't add any weight to your project once you finish. Those tools look really good for stencils, easier than brushes. I'm not very good at stenciling. They are. If I was to tell you to get one of these, it would be the 2-inch one. Janice on YouTube is just mentioning the tools for the silicone tools. Now I don't think we've got many in stock on the website, but I have just ordered some more, so they should be coming in soon. So if they sell out, don't panic. I have ordered some more. They come from America, Finnabair stuff. So this is probably still a little bit damp, so I'll go in with this one. What I might do in a few weeks, I might do a little tutorial for you on using the coloured clay, because you can get coloured clay and you use a tiny bit and mix it in, and it changes the colour of the clay. So I'll just do this top one for you. So I'm starting in the middle. I need a little bit more. There's the sirens right on cue. So I'm just pushing it to the edges. Catherine's got a lovely little rolling pin. I've got one somewhere, but I don't know where I've put it. all I'm doing, if I just, let me just knock a bit out so you can see. So if I bring this in close and let the camera just focus, so you can see this bit here, look, where it's gone outside of the mould design. So all you do is just bring it in with your finger. It's dead easy. You know, once you've done this a few times, it's so easy. So I'm just making sure I've not missed any bits. And I have there, look. It's the easiest thing in the world, this. Anybody can do this. That's it. So that's now done. So you can leave that for a minute or two to just let the air get to it, which I will do while we do the butterflies. So let's just start on this little butterfly here. So what I do is I start in the middle and I push the clay out. You'll find your own way of doing this. It is so easy to do. And I'm going to show you the ones that I've done in a minute, because we'll start painting them. So that one is done. You know that it's ready when you can, if you just wiggle, you can see, look, that, I mean, that's going to pop out so easily. But I can see I haven't gone over the edges. I'm going to do this small one as well. You've got excess, which I've got there, just scrape it off. It's very addictive, this. If anybody saw the canvas that I made for Julia for her birthday, all the flowers that were on that were done with air dry clay. They were Katie Sue flowers that I used, but Katie Sue has stopped selling to trade. So because of that, I won't use her moulds. So I will stick to the Pink Ink girls and I will stick to Zuri. Because there's no point showing you something that you can't have. Right, just building this up. I'll wait till I show you these when I pop them out. They're beautiful. So beautiful. So that was instead of my rolling pin, turning it over to flatten it. But it doesn't really matter. Right, are you ready? Let me just pop this back in here. I'm just going to seal that with an elastic band. Just hang on 1 second while I get an elastic band. Oops, I nearly kicked the kitchen roll over. So I've just tied that up with an elastic band, a couple of elastic bands, look, and then it stops the air getting into it. And then when I finish, when I tidy up after the demo, I'll pop that in an airtight bag as well. Pop that down there. Oh, I can't see what anybody's saying to me, so let's have a quick look. Yeah, it is. You can make some fabulous things with the air dry clay. Oh, now Ilona, what I'm going to tell you might make you happy. Hi Teresa, not to worry. Jeanette says a finger just hit the angry emoticon by mistake. Don't worry. You sent a few hearts to make up for it. I have got coming next week some brand new moulds from Phill. And they're absolutely stunning. So keep an eye on the website, everybody. So Phill works with Prima. Prima manufacture her products for her, and her moulds are coming next week. And of course I've ordered an extra one of each just for me. Right, so let's show you how to take this out of the mould. So you can see, look, that as soon as you start wiggling up the edges, it starts to, it's literally falling out of the mould. It's literally just falling out. So I'm just going to turn it over and let that fall out. So that one has now fallen out. I'm just going to pop that on here and let you see that. Wait till you see the detail in this mould. Just let the camera focus. How stunning is that embellishment? That's just amazing. Amazing. Now these are called, I think these are definitely Zori. They're on the website, and I think there are 2 different sets like this. And I think I can't remember what they've called them, but they are definitely on the website. So little tip for you when you're using air dry clay. I always put mine on some kitchen roll to dry. The kitchen roll absorbs the excess moisture and they dry a little bit quicker. So you know how good the Zori mould releases the clay. Yeah. So I'm going to show you now how fab the Pink Ink Girls moulds are. You can see, look, that is already just falling out. Oh, this butterfly is absolutely beautiful. Let's just tease that out. Oh, that is stunning. Stunning. And stunning. Come on. Come on, don't be cheeky. They are stunning. So let's show you these butterflies. Absolutely stunning. Can you, hopefully you can see the lovely detailed veins on these butterflies. Even on that lovely little one, it's got detail in it. Aren't they just beautiful? So I'm going to put these to one side because I won't waste them. I will use them for another project. In fact, I might use that one later, so I'll let that just dry out a bit. Just going to pop these over on my other desk and bring the ones that I've done already. Oh, I forgot to show you as well. I'm just going to show you this as well before I've got so much to show you. Let me just find one of my smaller glues. So if you want to shape one of these butterflies whilst it's still wet, you can wrap it round one of your glue bottles. Look, oops. So just wrap it whichever way you want the wings to go, just wrap it round and leave it on there to dry, and it will dry shaped like that. Yeah, you can do that with all of them. So just wrap it around something whilst it's drying. Right. Oh, that desk is far too far away. This paste is almost dry, which is amazing. So these are the ones I did in class earlier when I should have been working. I mean, I was working, obviously. So this beautiful flower embellishment, get it on the mould and show you. So this lovely flower embellishment here is from the mould with the fairy. It's this embellishment here. These lovely little carnation flowers. Oops, sorry camera. I mean, look at the dimension. Are also on with the fairy mould. These are the gears I did earlier, look, from the Zori mould. This is my fairy who is oh, I've just broke her leg. I'll show you how to fix that. I've just broke the fairy's leg. She's not having much luck. Now let me tell you why she's this colour. So the class I was doing today in Sheffield, at the Sheffield shop, we were doing inky techniques, and I demonstrated to show people how to do what we were doing, and I used yellow and orange ink pads, and of course I got the yellow ink on my finger when I was doing the clay, so the fairy has absorbed the yellow colour. But don't worry about it. And I've just chopped her leg off, poor love. She's not dancing much now, so I'm going to show you how to fix that. So let's get all these moulds. Oh, that's hilarious. Hilarious. Now this frame is a Zori frame, and I know we don't have any stock left of this. It's one of my all-time favourites. That's hilarious. Oh, that's tickled me. I've broken that poor fairy's leg. I better get her coffee. She's not dancing anymore, Jean. Yes, Ilona. Right, here we go. So now we're going to start colouring these air dried clay embellished. Oops, let me just fix her leg. Where did I put her leg? So easiest thing to do to fix it. A bit of wet glue. So my glue, as you know, is quite strong and it's thick. So I'll just pop that on back on where it needs to be. And let that set. She might not be dancing much later. Poor love. If you're watching, Kathy and Mel, I'm sorry I broke your fairy's legs. So let's do the butterflies first. And we're going to colour with the chalk paste as well, diluted down. And then we're going to highlight them. I was going to use foundry wax, but I'm not, because I used foundry wax the other night. So I'm going to use something different. She looks terrible, doesn't she, Hella? Hella's just saying on Facebook that the jaundice on the fairy looks worse on telly than it does in real life. No, love, she is very jaundiced. She won't be when I've finished. Poor little love. So I'm going to colour some of these in with the chalk paste. And we're going to dilute it and have everything matching in the same two colours. As the paste. So the whole project will be white. And the desert rose and the water drops. So I did already show you this last week. Yeah, was it last week? Saturday? I can't remember whichever day it was. This is still wet, and if I'll get away with it, I'll try. So I want her, them, and that one. Yeah, that one and that one. So they are going to be in Desert Rose. I'm just going to show you this because I left it on purpose when I was at the class today. So this mould here, look. Oops, sorry, I'm just trying to get the camera back in focus. Come on. Come on, camera, keep up. There we go. So can you see at the top of the wing, I went over the mould. I went outside the mould. I'm going to show you how easy it is to fix that. Just like this. You can literally just let the clay dry. It is easier to let the clay dry. And then just snip it off. And now we have a perfect butterfly. Oh, no we don't. Yeah we do, because that's part of it. So air dry clay. Lots of different ways you can colour with this. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you one way, and the way I'm using this, you can absolutely do with my Lustre powders, and you can also do it with the with my metallic paints. But we're going to do it with the chalk paste because I want the colours to match. So I'm going to take the chalk paste off there. See if I've got a smaller brush. Yeah. Can you see my mat at the side, just there? So I'm going to take some of this paste off, pop it on my mat, squirt it with water. Keep laughing, I know it's a shame, poor little fairy. And I'm going to squirt that with water, not a lot. So that was literally 2 little squirts. I'm going to mix that in. So what we will get with this is a lovely chalky finish. So we're effectively creating chalk embellishments. So I've just diluted that, I've just watered that down a little bit, and I'm going to go straight over the mould. The colours are beautiful already. You can see that these are very shabby chic colours before I even do anything. Oh, I've missed a bit there. Before I even do anything with this. That shouldn't be there either. There we go. So we're giving this a chalky wash. I've got to do the edges, sorry everybody. I don't want no white edges. So I'm leaving that on there, and I'm going to leave that until I've done the rest of them. So that will start to dry whilst I'm doing this bit. I don't think we're going to be 2 hours tonight. I'm trying to be quicker. But there's no point me being quicker if I don't teach you anything. So I'm literally, look, just painting the chalk paste on. Are you going to be doing Doncaster Dome in October? I'm not, Teresa, no. Now there's a reason why, and I can't remember what it is. It's Phill when I'm doing something else, I know that much. So I'm just painting these flowers. Bear with me, this is the boring bit, but it's important for me to show you how to do this. Yeah, this is like an aqua colour. It's beautiful. So this will dry relatively quickly, even though I've watered it down. But I do want to wipe some of this off so we see some white from the mould as well. I've got to do both, but I'm sorry. It's got to be done. It'll be very soft, this colour palette. Almost pastel. Put a little bit more in. That's better. So we've used the paste as a paste. We're now using it as a paint. Lots of different options with this. Now this is the last of the blue. No, it's not, because I need to do the gears. Let me show you these, look. Aren't they fabulous? So I'll just do two in the blue. So you can do this with a stippling brush, but if you're going to do it with a stippling brush, you need to make sure 100% that your clay is dry. And these have been drying since I did class this morning in Sheffield. And they're still not 100% dry. So the air dry clay does normally dry in maybe a couple of hours. I would always leave them overnight, really. That'll do. That'll do. I might not even use those flowers, but we'll see. Bear with me, trust the process. I can't really rush this too much because I want it to be done properly. And I've got another thing that I forgot to tell you all. I'll just rub that in there. That's what not to do, what I've just done there. I was just trying to colour it more quickly. So I'm going to leave that as they are. I'm just going to show you this now because it's almost dry. Still areas that are still a bit wet. So we've got a lovely chalky finish now with that as it's drying. And we'll do the pink. Yeah, I'm going to leave 2 of those white and 2 pink. "56 years ago. It is easy, Alice. Anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. Anybody." I love air dry clay and moulds. So I'm just cleaning the paste off my brush. And we'll repeat that process with the rose. I don't do messy jobs unless I know I can clean afterwards. I'm leaving this white because I'm going to use the Lustre powders or the metallic paint to highlight that. Is she dry yet? Not quite. Fairy might have to wait to the very last kick because her leg's still in plaster. If you don't leave it long enough to dry, you may break the legs off your fairy. Yeah, that's what I've just it's not dry yet. Poor love, imagine breaking a leg. That's just cruel. And you've got me off laughing about it again, which is a shame. Come on, water mister. There we go. Oops, I've not even looked at my... Let me just go back to my YouTube a sec. I love 2 Hour Lives. You can watch along and get some crafting prep done at the same time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, so this colour is beautiful. It's like a real vintage minky pink, if that makes sense. Minky pink. Oh, look at that colour. So if any of the chalk paste have sold out because we had a rush on them last week when I demoed them, I have reordered and the delivery is due next week, I think. So I shall let you know when they are back in. All those colours beautiful together. Oh, this is the one that's still a bit wet and I've just squashed it. So we've now got a fairy with a broken leg and a squashed butterfly. What a shame. Oh dear. I'm not laughing at the squashed butterfly, honest. I'm laughing at me being heavy-handed. I love doing these lives because I can get away with more. So a couple of these flowers. That's my stomach rumbling. And I just need to do 2 of the gears. 2 of the gears. And I've left 2 of these just plain white. So normally I would gesso the things that are left plain white. It's a personal preference thing because the air dry clay is almost like an off-white. It dries a beautiful colour in its own right, but I do like them proper white. So I would generally give them a coat of gesso. I won't do that tonight because you don't want to watch painting all night. And last one. Do you think we'll get this done before 9:15? Oh, these moulds are amazing. The texture is just fabulous. I've still got flowers to do yet as well. But we'll do them last. And there's a reason why I've done them last. So that will do for that. I'm going to leave the fairy as long as I can. If I disappear for 10 minutes, it's because... if I disappear for 10 minutes, it's because I've gone to wash my hands. No, I'm kidding. This will do nicely, just till we've finished. I want you to learn, which is why I'm making the effort to do this from scratch. There are a lot of things you need to do when you're creating a canvas. Obviously you can do it in your style, however you like to do it. I'm showing you my way. So they're the embellishments that I've coloured. So I'm just going to leave those to dry and let the chalk paste dry into them. And then we're going to highlight some of that with the metallic paint. So we'll just pop that to one side. Let's check our canvas board. So that has now set. That way around, Phil. So that now has all set, apart from that bit I've just knocked off there. I'm not using those flowers. I might do later, but not just yet. So I'm going to get a drink. And that is freezing. Freezing. So although these colours are absolutely beautiful, and if I bring in a couple of the embellishments, you can see that it's a really pretty colour palette. It's almost like a peachy, beigey pink and that blue. But I'm going to go around the edge of this with gesso, and this is something that I like to do. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the giveaway. Oh, I'm giving away 2 of the box kits tonight. I forgot about that. So at the end of the demo, at the end of the live, I will give away the Christmas one, so box kit number 6. I will give box kit number 6 away at the end of the live on YouTube. So somebody from the comments will win the just leave me a lovely comment and I'll find a name randomly, and somebody will win the Christmas one on YouTube, and somebody will win the February one from this year on Facebook. And it's got all the bits in it. So these are new ones. So you've got all the stamps and the papers and the dies and everything that are in them. I will give them away at the end of the demo because I'm good like that. So we're going to soften the edges of this now, and I'm using my gesso, and I'm going to literally just dry brush over the areas that we've already done. And what this does is it kind of gives it that lovely vintage look. I'll just do this corner and show you. So it gives you that lovely wash. So if I just show you this corner, can you see, look? And then I'll move it across so you can see where I haven't done it. So that corner has been gessoed, this corner hasn't. And it's worth just taking a second to do this. It just softens the whole thing. And I'm effectively dry brushing with gesso. Get a bit more. I think I was a bit tight with that. And then I find it better to do this with a long thistle brush. Bristle brush even, not thistle. That's exhaustion kicking in. So I'm literally just knocking the colour back ever so slightly, and the gesso adds texture to this, but it doesn't detract from these lovely colours. And I think that's enough. Just do that, cover that bit up a little bit. That's better. So we've now softened that with just dry brushing gesso on there. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to see if I can paint the fairy. Let's just see if I can do this without knocking her. It's not quite dry, but I'm just going to give her a coat. Just while I've got the brush out and the gesso. I'll try not to knock her leg off. I'm not promising, but I'll try not to knock her leg off. It's a very delicate mould. It's beautiful. And in actual fact, you can see the detail more. So pretty. I'm being quite heavy with the gesso because it will soak into the air dry clay. And she is going to be chalk pasted later. Oh, which is the broken leg. There it is. I'll bring this in and show you the detail in this beautiful mould in a minute. She doesn't look quite so jaundiced now. Or I might have got away with that. So there's a tip for you. Don't use your air dry clay when you've got inky fingers. Oh, so pretty. Right, here we go. So that is going to take a few minutes to dry, but let me just bring her in and show you, look. Now you can see all the detail in that beautiful mould, and she's still dancing. She's still dancing. So let's just pop her to one side and dry. So sadly, most of the gesso will be absorbed by the clay, but it will give me a base to work from when we use the chalk paste. So I'm just cleaning the gesso off my brush. And we'll clean the gesso off my mat. Who says I don't do messy crafting, eh? I do, as long as it looks fabulous when it's finished. Right, so I'm going to show you what my layout is. Oh, pop the lid on there. So the layout for this project is, this is going to go here. A little bit higher maybe, not there, because I want to see that bit of texture. The fairy, minus the broken leg, is going to go there. And we're going to have flowers and butterflies trailing either side. Oh, nearly did. Poor love. So we're going to do a little bit of highlighting on the frame. And I'm going to come to my metallic paints. And I want the, shall I go silver? Yeah, let's go silver. So I'm going to go with the silver. Which colour's the least dominant? So I'm now going to use the paste again. I told you it was a good investment. And this time I'm going to highlight this with the paste. So I'm going to keep all the white, but where the mould is heavier, where the design is higher, we're going to get some of this lovely paste on it. Oh, that's just so lovely. Just take some of that excess off. And because it's a chalk paste, the finish is beautiful. And then I'm going to go over this with my metallic silver paint. I might give this canvas away in a few weeks. I'll let you know. I might sign it and give it away. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? So that's that. I'm going to do these as well. So I want one in this colour. Just so you know, the reason I'm patting this on here is because I don't want it to be lumpy and bumpy. And because it's a paste and not a paint, you will get lumps and bumps, and we don't want lumps and bumps. And now we'll move on to the other colour. We've got a couple of dirty jobs to do still. What time is it? 8:30. Hey, we're not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad. So I might be done for... Oh, I keep forgetting to tell you. Here we go. Please like and share. Does the clay dry really fragile? Would it go through the... Absolutely, Shell. It'll go through the post without breaking. Yeah, absolutely. It'll go through the post without breaking. In fact, I'll show you, look. Look. It's not fragile at all. It's that poor fairy lost a leg because I bent it off. Not on purpose. Poor little love. Poor little love. So what you get with this that you don't get with paints is that lovely chalk finish. Although I am working on something that you won't see for a while yet, but I am working on something really quite marvellous, and you will be the first to know. Oh, sorry, I forgot to take that off. I'm just doing a little bit across the... There we go, across the fleur-de-lis there. You can see how quickly it's drying on my mat. So I'm just highlighting the designs. Oops. Reminds me of spirograph. At least I'm showing you something different again. And now we're going to take the metallic paint and give this a metal sheen. So I've opted for silver rather than white because you'll see the silver a little bit more. And I'm going to do this with my finger again. That has dried. So I am going to do this with my finger instead of a brush. Well, you absolutely could do this with a brush, and you absolutely could do this with the foundry wax that I showed you all last week. But if you do it with the foundry wax, you will need to heat set it. And I don't like heat. I don't like using heat on air dry clay because it is paper fibres. So I would much rather use the paint on this. So I'm going for the silver. Oh dear, come on Phil. And I'm going to do this. This is metallic, look. I'm going to do this with my finger. And we're just going to do some little highlight areas. Oh, that looks amazing. That looks fantastic. I'm going to show you one side. I'm going to show you this side that has the metallic sheen on it. Can you see it? And that side hasn't. It looks amazing. Fantastic. I love that so much. So we've now got those beautiful colours from the chalk paste, and I've now given them a lovely metallic sheen. I don't know whether you can see that on your screen, because I can't see it very well on my screen. There we go, look. If I just wiggle it in the light. So we've still kept the colours from underneath, but we've got that lovely metallic sheen. Oh, that is lush, 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 lush. And the reason I'm doing this with my finger instead of a brush is the brush will go into the bits at the back where it's white, and I don't want it to do that. Come on, screen, there we go. And we'll just bring in the others that have now dried, and we'll give these the same treatment. Oops. I bet you can't believe I'm sticking my finger in paints and stuff. It's too much. That just looks amazing. I'm going to show you this because you can see it better on the butterflies. So this side is done and the other side isn't. Fab. It's almost like gilding wax, but much cheaper because it's a paint. So we're giving it a lovely pearlescent finish, but just on the raised areas. Just working my way around. We could have done this in the copper, we could have done this in the Lunar Pearl. The Lunar Pearl would have done it, but if we'd have used Lunar Pearl paint, we would have lost some of the effect of the paint. Oh, that just looks amazing. Because the Lunar Pearl is a white paint as opposed to the silver, so we would have lost a lot of the effect. Beautiful. So it's worth having the silver, even if what I've done with the paints, the metallic paints on the website, they are in sets. So I've purposefully put them in sets that complement each other, just to make it a bit easier. Because I know choosing colours is always the hardest thing. So you can choose any, the vintage set, the summer set, whatever. All the colours will go together. Nearly done, nearly done. That's beautiful. I bet I don't use half of these butterflies. But we've got them if we need them. The paint definitely adds something. And I love the chalky finish, you know I do. Of all the finishes in all the world, chalky finish is my favourite by a mile. And now we've got the option of a chalky finish and a metallic sheen. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Look, you can actually see it now. Right, here we go, here we go. So the next messy job and the last messy job is to stain the background on the canvas. So I'm going to stain this with the pastes. Could you do a similar effect with embossed card? Absolutely, Shell. With the metallic paints, Shell's just asking me on YouTube if you could use the metallic paints on the on embossing folders, and absolutely you could. Absolutely. The moulds are beautiful. They are, Janice. The colours are gorgeous together. So I'm answering people on Facebook and on YouTube at the minute. I'm just go back. Ilona's jealous. I will get the frames back, Ilona, don't panic. Do you have this set of moulds? Oh, Helen's got the frames, yeah. She was very quick when I used them once. So what we're going to do now is we're going to colour this. We're going to add some colour to this. And I've done it this way around on purpose. So again, I'm going to use a chalk paste and we're going to create a lovely wash for the background. But do your texture paste first. So do the paste first, the dimension first. And then we're going to drop in some colour. And we're going to use a combination of products this time. So back to the trusty kitchen roll, because I am going to get wet. I can't believe the time. We are getting somewhere though, so thank you for staying with me all this time. I'm going to come to my powders, my Lustre powders, and because we've used silver on the moulds, I'm going to go to the silver Lustre powder. This works better with the powders. What we're about to do works better with the powders than it does with paints. So if you haven't got the powders but you have got the paint, you can still do this, but you will get a better effect from the powder because it has the mica and the pigment built in. So that's just a little heads up for you. You can see how this is going to come together, look, can't you? You can see it's going to be fabulous. So now, paste, and we'll do 2 colours. Let me just get a drink. This coffee is absolutely freezing. But I'm drinking it. And Sandy, if you're watching, don't shout at me because I have got my flask cup that you gave me. It's in the kitchen. I just never remembered to do it. Right, so two jobs now. I need a brush. I'll do it with I need a bigger brush than that. We'll do it with this one. And I'm ashamed to say that these brushes have been left there since the last demo last week. So that's don't leave your brushes in a jar of water because that's what happens. Oh dear. And it's very naughty of me. Very naughty. I can't tell you all how much I love these chalk pastes. I told you last time they're a worthy investment, and I know they're not cheap. They're about 11 quid, I think. Oh. Yeah, 10.75, but they last for ages. Everything I've used up to now has been from the lid. I haven't used anything, or I might have done for the paste, but that's it. So we're going to create a lovely chalky wash now. So I'm going to do it here so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to water this down again. It's starting to dry, so it must be warmer in my room than I thought. So I'm going to water that down. Really quite watery. I'm going to drop some water, squirt some water on my canvas. Directly in. So the canvas is really wet, and I'm going to pat some of this into it. Need to wet it a bit more, it's not wet enough. So one colour at a time to do this. And it won't harm the paste that's underneath it. And the reason you do the paste underneath first is because we want the paint to settle. I can't lift this up to show you, but I will when it's finished. We want the liquid that I'm putting on now to settle into some of these grooves. So some of the textured areas, we want this to settle. And it takes the starkness away from the background. And remember, it's just a background. So I think that will do with that colour. And I'm not going to clean that away. I'm going to leave that there for a second. But I am going to clean the colour off my brush. And we're going to go in with the Desert Rose. It's a completely different, it's a completely different product. It's fabulous. Up to now with this paste, we have texture pasted with it, we've coloured moulds with it, we have gone through a stencil with it, we've painted with it, and now I'm creating a chalky wash for the background. It does need to be quite wet because remember this dries chalky. So I don't know whether you can see, yeah, you can just see there, look. I'm doing the same thing with the other colour, but I've left that there. This is all still wet, so I'm going to go in with the other colour. I could have done this sooner, just to give the canvas time to dry better. But we will be fine because I've still got flowers and things to do. So I'm literally just dabbing the colour on where I want it. And I don't know whether you can see on your screen, I'll look at your comments in a second, but these colours, when they overlap, don't go mucky brown. The colours stay true, which I think is absolutely amazing. And these two colours look gorgeous together. And I think that will do nicely. Let's just put a little bit more of the rose up there. That will do nicely. And we're now going to do some splatters. Some lovely splatters. Let me just clean my brush. Excuse my arm, everybody. That's my poor splatter brush that's been in the jar since last week. Poor thing. Are you all still watching or have you all got bored now? I need a butler. I do, Denise, you're right. I've got juice down here as well. So we're just going to do some splats. So the splats will, if I just use this as it is, the splats will get lost in there. So I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. Just a little bit stronger in the colour. So the consistency of this part is a little bit thicker, and I'm going to be very naughty and do this on here instead of in my box. And it's actually working really quite nicely, which is an absolute bonus. So by doing this with the paint wet, I'll bring it in and show you in a second. Let's just see if I can get a few more on. I'm never going to get this finished before 9:15. We are getting somewhere, I promise you, but we just might be later than I thought. But I am leaving the flowers all white, so we've got plenty of colour going on with everything else. So let's just do the same thing again with the rose. And then we're going to drop in some of the lustre powder on top. Where's my... oh, it's here. Oh! I think I've made that a little bit too wet, but it will be fine. It's all up my screen. So because the canvas is still wet, the splats that I'm adding now will bleed into it, which is absolutely what I want. Stay where you are. Look at the colour of my poor pickup tool. You have to trust me. This will be phenomenal when it's finished. Emphasis on the when. So I'm just cleaning up. And now we're going to drop in some of that lustre powder. So let me get my tweezers. And I don't know where I've put them. Oh, here they are. So we're going to drop in some of this silver lustre powder now. And I'm using tiny, 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 tiny amounts. And I'm just going to let that drop in. You're obviously going to get a better effect on the wetter, on the wetter areas. And that was a little bit too much at the top, but it will be fine. Let's get a little bit more down here. Oops, not that much Phill, but there you go. Let's get a bit here. That will do nicely, thank you very much. And I'm going to drop some water on there, and I'm not going to spray this because it's already wet enough. I'm literally going to drop some water on from a little paintbrush. I can't lift this up to show you just yet, but I will in a second. So I haven't missed a time doing. I'm literally just picking water up and I'm squeezing the end of the brush. If you've got a little pipette or something like that, that would work as well. And I'm just letting the drop of water land on the bigger areas. It doesn't matter about the small bits, but on the bigger areas where the powder's got chunkier, I think that's it. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And now I'm going to pop that to one side while we do the other jobs that we've got to do. So I'll bring this in and try and... oh, Mr. Bit. Phill. That would have annoyed me had I not spotted it. Come on, that's it. So let me show you what I've done. So by adding the water to the lustre powder, if I just bring that corner up there where you can see the lustre powder's in a puddle, it's in a little puddle of water. So when that dries, oops, don't do what I've just done and move it. When that dries, we will end up with a lovely metallic finish. So I'm just going to pop this in front of the fan over on the other side of my room, because you can see that's still really quite wet, and it's absolutely better to leave that to dry naturally as long as you can. I can take the excess water off, so I can lift some of the colour, some of the water off, but I don't want to take it all off, because the whole point is that we're changing the colour of the canvas behind it, and that is the point of this. There was no point me doing that ahead of time, because you would never know how to do it otherwise. So I'm just going to move that over the other side of my room. And I've popped that in front of my fan. Right, so we can do a clean job now. Let's see how Fairy's doing. Oh, we might have got away with that. She still looks a little bit yellow, but nothing compared to what she was. Yeah, so I'll leave her to dry a little bit longer. And we'll now come on to the greyboard. We've got the greyboard and the sentiment to do, and the texture. Oh, what time is it? I reckon we'll be done for past, so if you're thinking time's taking forever, you're probably right, it is taking forever, but we have done it from scratch. And I probably will be done, just so you know, about 9:30. So I'm going to stamp the little sentiments now, and then we're going to colour the greyboard in. And I'm going to stamp these in... I've gone for brown rather than black. But now I'm doubting myself whether I actually want brown with these colours. I'm not. I've completely changed my mind, and we're going for speckled egg. So what would be nice on this? Think happy, be happy, live the dream, make today amazing, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Do what makes you happy. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're having listen to your heart and do what makes you happy. And I'm doing it in speckled egg, because speckled egg is a nice colour to go with the water, water drops. So do what makes you happy. I don't think we've got any of these stamps left. Oh, hi from New Zealand. If we have got any of these stamps left, you need to get them sharpish. This is the Ticket Tape-tastic Motivationals. These will not be restocked. Listen to your heart, do what makes you happy. And I love these stamps because we can cut them out and we can chop them down and make them smaller as well, which is exactly what I'm going to do. That didn't work very well, did it? Where are you all, incidentally? It's nice to know where people are. I wouldn't have thought you could wet the canvas board and you could have a play. Now, absolutely you can, Christine. You just need to leave it to dry naturally. I'm probably going to have to force that a little bit because it is quite wet. So I would, if I was making this again for myself, I would do all that wetty technique, the texture paste, the chalk paste, the splatting and everything, and then wet it, and I would leave it until tomorrow and come back to it tomorrow, but we've not got the luxury of that amount of time. I'm just going to go in again. You can actually see how good that colour matches there, look. And speckled egg is one of my all-time favourite distress colours. And I've got to say, the new Uncharted Mariner, if you haven't got the Uncharted Mariner ink pad and spritzer mister, they're absolutely fabulous. They're stunning colours. Is that might do? We are getting somewhere. Oh, come on, box. Oh, right. They're on the website, the stamps. Oh, that's fab, Bev. So Bev's saying we have got some stock of the motivationals. Teesside, Durham. I love Durham, Jean. West Norfolk, Suffolk, Crewe. Hamilton is Scotland. I've never been to Hamilton. Rose is in Nottingham, which is a shocker. Julie's in Spain. Oh, that's fab, that. Carola's in, I know you're in Leicestershire. Bromley. Christine's in Sheffield, I know. County Durham. Devon, one of my favourite places. Devon, is that definite? My dinner will be ready by then. Yeah, well, Caroli on Facebook is just asking me if I'll definitely be done by 9:30. Well, I bloody hope so, because it'll be an overnight session before long. And we don't want no overnight sessions. Oh dear. She's almost dry. Almost dry. I'm going to have to paint her though. I'm going to do that first. I'm just going to let that dry for a second while we paint this girl. I could have done this earlier. Should we have her in the... Which colour do you think we should have her? Or do you think we should have her in both colours? Yeah, I've decided. Oh, really, Phil? I'm just going to paint this poor fairy. So I'm just looking for a smaller brush. And another bit of kitchen roll. Well, at least you know I'm recycling. Oh, I've just creaked my back. I've wasted that bit now. Don't shout at me. Bit about Lincolnshire, that's where we're looking to live, Claire. In fact, we found a house last year, but it went for way more than it was. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Bev's in Sunnyshire, Kent. Oh, you're all over the place. That's fabulous. Love that. Love that. Right, so I'm just going to give her a quick spritz of water. If I can get the mister working. Just because it will help the colours sink in. And I think I'm going to do her dress. I'm going to do her and her dress in this rose colour. I just need to water that down a bit more. I'm now on my third mister bottle. Well, 1, 2, they are half full. I'm just going to water that down. I'm not worrying too much because I'm going to take off the excess. Is that a leg? It is a leg. And that is hair. Let's see if we can do this leg without killing her. This will strengthen the clay as well once it's dried. So her dress and her wings will be in the blue colour. So to take off the excess, look, I'm just using a wet kitchen roll. Oh, that looks really, really pretty. Just going to give her a bit more colour on her leg. I'll just put it on and tuck it off. That's it, that's fine for that. Canby Island, call it Craggy Island off Father Ted. Well, Claire, now I know you're in Lincolnshire, you can find me a house. Right, so now we're going to do the wings and the skirt in this beautiful, beautiful colour. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the colour on and then I'm wiping off the excess. Made that a bit too thin. So we're getting a lovely watery effect. Still too thin, Phil. There we go. So her dress and her wings are this lovely water drops colour. And we will give her a silver sheen as well. So just bear with me while I'm doing the delicate bits. And I'm actually not going to wipe off this colour, I'm going to leave that colour on because it's quite diluted. So I'm going to leave that colour on. I'll just show you. And then I'll leave that to dry and then we'll highlight her or her dress with the silver paint. Oh, I nearly dropped her, that would have been fun. Greyboard, greyboard. So if you are going to have a go at doing a canvas board, I generally do all the painting and stuff in one go. So I have all my bits ready, painted, and then it's job done. So I just want a couple of these, I don't want that. I just want these straight lines. So I'm just poking out the straight lines. And I think I'll have... No, I think that'll do. That'll do. Because otherwise we'll be here forever. So straight lines. I'm painting this straight on. So I'm just putting this on direct. So although it's a paste, we are painting greyboard. And I want this smooth, so I'm just rubbing it, brushing it in. So I'll do 2 in the watercolour and 1 in the rose. Remember as well, if you're somebody who likes lots of texture, you can achieve that on greyboard with these pastes as well. So if I wanted to, I could stipple that, but I don't want texture on that. Emma, can you get a house with an extra room for me, please, Phil, so I can share your craft room? I'll do all the housework and cook. Oh, bless you. We were just talking about my craft room at my workshop in Sheffield today, saying it's I need more shelving. I've run out of A, space and places to put things. Right, we are getting towards the end stage. I've still got flowers to shape, but I'm leaving the flowers plain white, so they won't take me long. Right, here we go. I'll need a bath in a bit when I've done. So, oops, let's just put them to one side. Let them dry. We'll cut out the sentiment wherever I put it. Using the big scissors, I'm just going to get a drink. Let me just flick to Facebook and see what you're saying on Facebook as well. Phil, what would you mount that canvas on? Jean's just asking me on YouTube what I would mount the canvas on. So I would probably, Jean, you know where you can get picture hooks that you put on the back where you have the little screwy things and the hanger? That's probably what I would do. Personally, I would have it on a stand. So, you know the legs that you buy for plates? That's what I would probably put mine on. I would decorate the legs to match, which is what I did for my family last year with the circle canvases I made them for Christmas. Oops, went off a bit at the end there. So I'm going to leave these sentiments whole until we've assembled the canvas, and the sentiments will be the last thing that I put on, because I might separate these into smaller just words so I can dot them around the canvas, but we shall see. I'm making a right mess here. You can see how easy it is to clean up though. Right, let's get the canvas back. Oh. So we're not quite dry. So I am going to have to give that a quick blast, otherwise we're never going to get finished. If I just show you now where the silver is, you can see we've got that lovely metallic sheen. I would never ever ever do what I'm about to do, which is use my heat tool. Never. So just bear with me while I unplug my phone and plug in my heat tool, and I'm just going to give this a quick blast. If I can get it to reach, come on, bloody wire. There we go. I'm doing it on the low heat. No, I'm not. I would never do this Nearly done. Oops. Right, that'll do. That will do. I'm just going to plug my phone back in, everybody. Oops, sorry, I've just banged the camera. Knocked you all dizzy. Right, here we go. So let's just show you so we can see we've got the metallic silvery bits like metal that's melted. And we're going back in with the gesso. I can't tell you how much of a difference it makes heat drying it. Just don't do it. It's not nice. It's not the best thing to do. So let's just gesso this again. Oh, listen to my back creaking. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to read your comments. I've never seen you so dirty. I know, but it will look fabulous when it's finished. Will you still have your Sheffield shop if you move to Lincolnshire? Absolutely, I will. I don't run the shop, do I? Lee Karen does. So back in with the gesso, just so I can soften it a little bit. It makes a huge difference, this. And luckily gesso does dry more or less straight away. Just want to soften the edges and catch some of that paste, and then we can start assembling. I'm just going to soften that a little bit as well. Oops, I didn't mean to put that much on there. I've covered that lovely silver patch up, that's a shame. So when I come to do this and put it all together, you'll understand why I've made the, I'm keeping my flowers and everything pure white. That'll do nicely. We still do the tuition in Sheffield if you move. Yeah, absolutely, Lynn. Yeah, absolutely. It's not that far. I've already sussed the times, the travelling times. Right, here we go. So the gesso is still a bit damp, but it's drying really quickly. So let's start with our frame. So the frame is going on first. Here comes the glue gel. Oh, that was my back. Why does this chair give me a creaky back? Oh no, it's not. That's not going on first. This is going on first. It's the wrong colour. Wrong colour. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. I should have a wide one somewhere. I must have used it all. I've used all my white ones, so we'll have to go with craft. I've used all my white ones, so we're going with craft. I can't believe I've let something run out without replenishing it. So this Hessian stuff I've got here, I picked up at a craft show years ago. And I bought about 26 rolls or reels. And clearly I'm coming towards the end. I'm coming towards the end of some of it, which is a shame. So a little tip for layouts on a canvas. So I'm not worrying about this too much, but I tend to favour doing almost an L. So on an A4 or even on an 8x8 canvas, this just gives you something as a background. Trust me, it will look better than this when I've stuck it all on. Come on, glue. And we're literally not going to see much of this. So I'm just going to stick that on there. It's just texture. If you can hear my stomach rumbling, ignore it. I might not put that one on. And this is the fun part. This is the bit that I like the best, as you know. I'm going to put that on as well. I want it a bit heavier. So I'm just using my normal glue for this, because it dries clear and you won't see any of it. And all these little fibres, look, keep them, because they come in handy. They come in handy when you're filling in gaps, which is just as well because they're all coming off in my finger with the glue. Right, here we go. Let's go back. Let's go back and see what's happening on the tube. Actually, inked it. Painted the twine, yeah, absolutely, you can, yeah. You can use the paste as well to do this. Yeah, this is where it suddenly comes together, Doreen. So I'm gonna pop the frame on first and then tuck in the little. I might get a clean one of these. That's seen better days. I was going to put some straws on, but I don't know where I've put my craft ones. So the frame is going on first because this is my focal point before the fairy. So as ever, you could use, I'm using glue gel because that's my preference. You can do this with whatever medium you want, your gel mediums and what have you. So let's pop that. Let's go a bit lower. Just make sure that's straight. And it is. So now I'm going to tuck these underneath. Go a bit further in. Just hold that for a second. Remember, you're not going to see this corner because the fairies go in there. So the wet glue will grab more quickly to a canvas board, which is what we want. Just make that a little bit shorter. I do have a plan. I'm not just sticking these on and hoping for the best. Always do a little layout, or have a look on social media, have a look on Pinterest, because Pinterest is a good place to find ideas for layouts for canvases, just to give you an idea of how to lay them out. Right, fairy, where are you? So I'm just going to give her a little metallic sheen with the silver paint by hand. So I'll sheen the wings. And then I will glitter this later. I won't glitter it tonight because we'll be here forever, but I will glitter it tomorrow. So I've only put the metallic sheen on her skirt and her wings. Oh, come on, camera, focus. You can just see them. There you go, metallic sheen. Oops, she's got a bit on her arm there. Do you know, that drives me mad, look. Tried to take one out, look how many came out. Right. Back to the layout. We're getting towards the flower stage, which I know will surprise you. What have I just missed, Bev? Spam? Report the spam, Phil. I didn't see it. Has somebody done it? Oh my... Has somebody done it? Shouldn't they take them all off? That's ridiculous. I've just clicked on report, but look how many there are. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's one downside then, so that's one downside to YouTube, and that they can shove loads of spam on. We don't get that on Facebook, do we? Thanks, Phil. That answered your question about glitter. Sorry, Lorraine, I didn't see it. I'm flicking between the two. So flowers. So I'm not going to do loads, but I am going to do a couple when I find my mat. Did I say we'd be done at past? It might be longer than that. So where's my mat? So let's just put things where I want them. And just put them out of the way for a second and bring in the moulds. And what did I forget to do? I forgot to stamp my wood grain texture. So I'm going to pop her on first, because she's going to sit just there. That's my stomach rumbling again, so I need to get cracking. That's my body telling me I'm starving. So she's going to go there. Take your time, Phil. Can't see the YouTube comments. I don't know, Helen. There's loads in them boxes. Yeah, they're not all for tonight though, Michelle. Where do you get your little storage tubs from, Shell? These, Shell, from the shop. We sell them at the shop. You just have to phone the girls and ask them what we've got in stock. Because I took a load away with me today when I was in the shop. Oh, I forgot which way of direction I'm going in there. I will read your comments later. Well, I won't. I'll read your comments tomorrow, because by the time I've done here, I'll need a darker room. So let's just see if I've got the glue in the right places, which is just about everywhere. You can't really rush these things, and I won't do a shabby job. So make sure I don't knock a leg off again. Poor wee love. So she is going to sit. Oh, I nearly knocked one bit off. So she is going to sit there. Right, so now I know exactly where she is. Everything else can get dotted in around it. So I know I need lots of small flowers, and I've got my texture die somewhere, and I've got my flourishes. So we're going to start. Oh, come on, you swine. So we're going to start breaking up this colour now with lots of white, because there's lots of colour on this, and you won't notice a lot of this by the time everything's put together. But generally for myself, when I'm putting things, doing a layout or putting things together, if I have colour in the background, I tend to use less colour in the foreground. This will be glittered as well around the edge. There will be loads and loads of glitter on this by the time I've finished. But I am going to dilute this colour now with plain white die cuts. So like here, look, as soon as I add the white, it breaks up the colour. So let's start adding this dimension and seeing where we want to go with it. Oops, I've just snapped that one in half. Poor little love. And then we've got all these lovely little things here. That have got to be put in position. feel like I've squashed that down a bit. Oh, I did. Right, so let's get this show on the road. Can you see what I'm doing while I'm just doing this? I'm going to try and get the glue gel out without messing with the... That's better. Without messing with the... cocktail stick. I'm just saving time now with this. Oh, you're being very brutal tonight, Phil. I am, aren't I? Could watch your demo all day. Oh, thank you. Told you it was a 3-hour live. You were absolutely right. But do you know what? We've done this from start to finish. Well, when I say we, I mean me. So I'm just going to replicate this. I'm just going to replicate this here, the opposite way on. Yeah, that's lovely. So flip that over. Don't forget, we've still got the flowers to go in. And all the flowers are just plain white. I would have normally splattered the flowers, I'll be honest with you. But we're not now. So I'm not trying to cover the whole thing. I'm just making sure that we've got a focal point, which is the fairy and these lovely, lovely gears. Can you see how it's coming together? See where we're going with this. So all the butterflies and that can be extras. Now the flourishes are going on. And then the flowers are going on. I feel like I forgot something. What have I forgot? Oh, texture dye. Texture dye. So I'm just tearing this so that I can have some longer bits and some shorter bits. So I've popped that on with pin flare, but I'm not worried about that. Wrong way, wrong direction. That's fine. This is the faffy stage, which is my favourite, as you know. Who doesn't love a good faff? She needs a crutch, she does. Do you know what? It's not, look. The leg is free. The leg is free, but it's mended, so we'll be alright. poor fairy. Poor little love. Right, so let's get the flourishes and stuff on now. I've just squashed that. There we go. Back to the cocktail stick for this bit. So the last thing to go on will be the sentiment, but I still need to see where it's going when I've started to get these bits on. Oops. Come on, get underneath. We're getting there, slowly but surely. I've got to have one that matches it down there. So I might just have to just bear with me a second while I just lift this whole section up. Tuck the flourish in. That's better. Right. Flowers. I'm not going to do any more to that till I've put the flowers on. The flowers need to be put in position. So let's just pop her over there. I can't believe the time. So you know, next time I say I'm doing a canvas, tell me not to. Where did I put the phone, Matt? So I'm just going to do single flowers for this, because we've been here long enough. So these are just single flowers, small ones. I'm not having any big flowers on this. I will read your comments. Not tonight, because by the time we've finished, it'll be midnight. No, it won't. Oops. One that's a bit bigger. I'm trying to think what I've forgotten. I feel like I've forgotten something, but I can't remember what it is. Can anybody remember what I've forgotten? Fabulous eye for colour, thank you. One thing I've not got that I should have is time management. I'll be going straight to bed when I've finished here. Let's see if this is enough flowers. Oops. Let's see if this is enough flowers. It should be. Let's have a look. Now do you see why I've left the flowers plain white? I can't put that there because it looks like she's... I'll have to go here. I need a bigger one. Sorry everybody, but if I'm doing it properly. I'm not ignoring you, I'm just concentrating. Sentiments. The flowers are not stuck yet, obviously. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Do what makes you happy. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Do what makes you happy. Right. Right, here we go. So I know where I'm going with those. So they're going on first. Glue gel. Toothpick. It would have to be the other way around, wouldn't it? It'd have to be upside down. Oh, and again. Right. Getting there, we are nearly done. I promise you. Just finishing touches now. I've got the butterflies and the extra little roses to put on. Come on. I feel like I want that there, but I can't. Do what makes you happy. Well, I hope there weren't anything good on telly tonight, because if there was, you've missed it. Do what makes you happy. Right. Flowers are going on. There's no gems on the flowers yet, but I have got them ready. Right. Bear with. I feel like I've been saying that all night. We're getting there. Famous last words. Right. Do, 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 do. My favourite song. Right, we are just about done. I've been saying that for 10 minutes, I know. I'm not putting many flowers on, he says. Right, let's get the butterflies on. I've just got to wipe my hand because I'm covered in glue gel. There we go. It must be nearly midnight. You've inspired you to try canvas. Oh, well, I'm glad I have, because it's took forever. But it is easier, and I promise you, if you're doing this yourself at home, it's not quite so time consuming. Or it is, but you can do it at your own leisure. You're not rushing like I have been. Oops. What's that that's just fell on my foot? Right, here we go. So butterflies, let's see where the butterflies are going to go. Can you see my workspace has got smaller and smaller and smaller? So I've kept a couple of those little roses. So let's have a couple of butterflies on. So I think, oops, ow. Yeah. It's a shame to cover them up right enough. Isn't it? It's, see, my instinct is still telling me there. I'm going to go with my instinct. Always follow your instinct. That's what I've done. Do I need a third one on? Do we need all these butterflies on? Not sure that I do. Yeah, let's have one there. And I think a little one. A little one there. And now you need to know when to stop, Phill. So little flowers. So it's just the finishing touches now. Everybody's like, yay! Yay. And so am I, in fairness. I'm just checking. It's a fine line between looking messy and looking half decent. So I'm gonna keep those. I still feel like I need this little butterfly on somewhere. I do. It's a very fantasy canvas, don't you think? And then I'm going to finish just by putting the... Everybody's like, yay! Hooray! Thank God! I'm just going to put the gems in the flowers. And I'm going for the diamond gems that are just plain clear. I will glitter this, but I will do it in the morning. And I will take a photograph and put it on the Sentimentally Yours page. Because it does need the glitter. And the tweezers are covered in glue gel as well. We are literally on the last few minutes. Oops, where did you go? One more. Oh. And then you know what's coming next, don't you? Just a couple of random floating gems. Just because we can. And because we want to. I'm laughing at how long I thought this would take and how long it's actually taken. Oh, that's fabulous. Now you know why I only get 2 demos done on telly. Or 1 most of the time. Right, I'm going to stop there. A, because it's 10 o'clock. And I'll just go into complete faff mode. But I will probably do more to this in the morning. Because I've got other bits I want to stick on. But I will do it in the morning. So we'll just put the lid on my glue. We'll have a look at this in closer detail. I'm not going to run through everything I've used because I've used too much stuff. Oh dear. It does make me laugh. It does make me laugh. So here we are. I can't get it all in the screen. Why can't I get it all in the screen? I've not got my phone any closer than normal. So we'll do a top to bottom thing like I normally do, and then we'll choose the winners of the box kits. So blank canvas is what we started with. So we've added the texture with the 2 chalk pastes, which were Desert Rose and Water Drops. And we've got the freehand just from a finger texture just around the edge. And then I'll just roll down from the top and let you see everything as we move. And then I'll show you how deep this canvas is. Yeah. It'll look even better when it's glittery tomorrow as well, because this canvas deserves the glitter. And that's how deep it is. So it's actually not any deeper than one of my cards. Obviously it is quite high, but it's not any higher than one of my cards. In fact, that is only 1.25 inches high, and I've made cards that are 3 inches high. Don't that look lovely with the sentiment as well? Listen to your heart, do what makes you happy. Can you see it? Did you see that? Listen to your heart, do what makes you happy. And then we've got all the layering on there. So I actually think that looks really, really pretty. When I've shoved some glitter on it in the morning, it will look even prettier. And there might be some extra splats on there, because I feel like the flowers needed to be splattered. Now I've done them. But there you go. So that is how to do a canvas from start to finish, even though I would have faffed a lot longer than normal. So thank you for staying for all this time. Now let's choose the winners. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? Let's choose the winners. So I'll go to YouTube first for the Christmas box kit. So I'm scrolling through all the random comments. Before I forget, where is it? So for those of you on Facebook that haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, you can go onto YouTube and search for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. Find the channel, click subscribe, fill in your email address, and then that's job done. We've also got our lovely Facebook group by the same name, Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours. And remember to like and follow the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. And everything that I have used tonight, assuming it's in stock, is available on the website honeypotcrafts.co.uk. So thanks for that. So now let's choose a winner. So how many comments have we got on? Oh crikey, hundreds on YouTube. So I'm going to scroll, and this will be the winner of the festive box kit from last year, which is issue number 6. So I'm scrolling through all the comments. Scroll. Oh crikey, how many comments are there? There's hundreds. Right, so the winner of the Christmas box kit is Christine Mason. So congratulations, Christine. If you can send me an inbox message on Facebook on the Sentimentally Yours page, please, with your address, your details, I'll get this signed and it will get posted to you one day this week. I don't know, the girls will do it. So congratulations, Christine Mason. You've won the Christmas box kit on YouTube. And now we're back to Facebook for the winner of issue number 7, which is the beautiful one from February this year, with all the vintage stuff in it. So we'll now scroll through 497 comments on Facebook. Thank you everybody for staying all this time as well. That's been a 3-hour job. So the winner of this box kit, I'm just scrolling, scroll, is a lady called oh, it's gone to the bottom. Hang on, I'm scrolling. A lady called Lynn Miles. So Lynn Miles, you've won the box kit from the Facebook page. So again, if you can send me an inbox message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page with your name and address, please. Remind me which one you've won. So the Facebook one is the issue number 7, and the YouTube one is issue number 6. So thanks everybody for staying this time. Hopefully you've learned something as well as making a fabulous canvas. It's really easy to do once you've got all the bits and bobs. So don't forget to get... Oh, where have I put it? Oh, I can't find it. Bev's Glitterverse. Oh, it's here. So remember, Bev's Glitterverse stamp is available until it sells out, and then it will be gone. It's a limited edition, so get it while you can. So Bev's Glitterverse, it's on the website. I will post links in the morning for those of you that don't see it. So thanks everybody, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I shall see you on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Same place, different time, different day. Thanks everybody, bye.